explain different ingredients.
Well, it could be bird seed, could be fish meal.
Protein powders.
Protein powders, there you go. Oh, he's in.
Oh no. Yeah, I see, now you can taste off the Kogi.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking. I'm going to show you today how to re-spool your reels, okay? We've just entered autumn, and I think it's a good time to put some fresh line onto all three reels. It's up to you what line we use. I'm going to put fluorocarbon on today. It's a good time to put it on because it's big fish season. You know, October onwards right through winter is big fish season, so it's going to be a good time to put fresh line on all three reels. So this is the line I'm going to put on my reels today, okay? It's Shelterma Power Carp. It's 14 pounds, okay? And that equates to a 33mm diameter. There's 1,000 meters on this spool, okay? That's a lot of line, guys. So 1,000 meters, okay? So that equates to 1,093 yards, okay? Now, because of the way the world is at the moment, guys, right? We're all trying to save a penny here and there, okay? So the way I'm going to show you today, and I hope it does help you out, guys, because the way I'm going to show you is you'll be able to re-spool your reels 3 times with our spool. Now I re-spool my reels every 6 months without fail, okay? So this spool is going to last me 18 months, a year and a half, okay? Now the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to strip 120 yards, that's 30 wraps, off my reels, okay? I've got my distance sticks. I'm going to strip off 120 yards, okay? 30 wraps. Then I'm going to connect this back to my line on the reel that's left with an Albright knot. Before I do that, I'm going to put it in water, okay? So by putting it in water, it does 2 things, okay? It lubricates the line and it adds a slight bit of tension. Another reason you should put it in water first, okay, is because new line for some reason attracts bubbles, okay? So by pre-soaking it, it takes off that fresh coating on the line, okay? So that's a good exercise to do, is to soak your line before putting it on. So you're going to need a bucket of warm water, okay? Just tap warm. And while the line is stripped off the reel, I'm going to check the spool to see if there's any nicks in it, okay? I'm going to give it a clean with some toweling, and definitely check for nicks, okay guys, because they could cost you a fish. And the line I take off from round the sticks, guys, that I can dispose of, I can do it in a responsible way by taking it to my local angling shop, where they, I can't get my words out, sorry, where they will dispose of it correctly. I'll put the website, if they haven't got one, down here. And once you've loaded up your reels, guys, it's really important, okay, because it's new line, to stretch it before use. So when you first got your line on your reels and you arrive to your first venue with a new line, just put a bare lead on, okay? Chuck it out, say about 40 yards, retrieve it. The next cast, 60 yards. The next cast, say 80 to 90 yards. Okay? I will bed it in nice for you, I will. So what I'm going to do now, using my distance sticks, okay, I'm going to take off 120 yards of line on my spool. Because where I fish, right, I don't cast further than that. I think 90 yards is the furthest on the lakes that I fish that I actually fish, right? So 120 yards is going to be ample. And we're doing it for economy wise, to save on cost, okay guys? This video is all about saving cost, because I don't know how many spools I've got from the past where I bought a 1,000 metre spool, and I've just taken all the line off the reels and I put new line on all 3 reels, and I still got about, I don't know, 200 yards of line. I'm not going to use it for nothing. So this is the best way to use it, okay, to save the pennies. So with that said, let's go outside and take the line off the reels. So the first job is to soak the line in some warm water. So here's the first rod being done, guys. So I'm taking 120 yards off there, which is 30 wraps, okay? So 1 wrap is 4 yards. So there's 120 yards taken off, guys. I put it under the clip. I'm just going to connect the other line now and do an Albright knot. I'll show you that next. So I'm just cutting the line here, guys. So this line now I'm going to take off just by pulling it all up like that. Okay, I'm going to put it in a plastic bag ready to go to the tackle shop. So there you go, guys, that's going to be recycled now at the tackle shop. Okay, so the Albright knot. So this is the fluorocarbon end, okay? Just form a loop. Take your line off your reel. Come up through the loop. It doesn't have to be super tight, so we're going to go around once, twice, 3, 4, 5, down 2, 1, 2, and back through the way we came, okay? Like so. Bit of saliva. Bear it down, right? So that's our Albright knot. So the 2 lines are connected now. I'm just going to trim the tag ends off as close as I can, right? There's one end off. There we go. So they connected there. Can you see? So now I'm going to reel back onto the line 1 millimeter up to the lip, okay? I'll show you now. So I'm just going to use a microfiber towel in my hand to not to get friction burn, okay? Just going on under tension, okay? So there you go, there's the first one done. So what you do is you take it up to a mil below the lip there, okay? Otherwise it'll just all spring off too fast. So I'm just going to repeat the process now, exactly the same on the other 2 rods, and then we'll have a look around. So there you go, guys. 3 reels, respooled. I say only fish about 90 yards at the most, that is. There's at the most, there's ample line on it. And it's connected with all blind knots, so that's not going to come apart. If I do get a monster on it, it takes strips off the line. And that spool I showed you will now last me 18 months. So there's all the line to be recycled, guys. That'll come with me now Monday. And there's all the line that's left. So as I say now, that spool there will last me 18 months. And I know there's a lot of guys out there. I've done it myself, guys. You buy the spool and you just fill the whole reel up with that. And then when it turns around then to the time you've got to change the line again, you just waste it. So I've only put 120 yards on each reel, right guys? So there you go, guys. I hope that makes sense to you. It's a very economical way of fishing, you know. Very economical way. So the day and age we're in now, guys, every penny counts. So there's something for you. So there's 120 yards on each reel now, right? So that's 360 I've taken off our spool. So I got another 2 goes on it. Right guys, thanks for watching. I hope it's helpful to you. If it is, give us a thumbs up. I'm sure it is, because as I say, I'm guilty of buying a 1,000-yard spool, using it all on the 3 reels, and then I've left with 200-300 yards of line, which just stays down in the shed or whatever. It never gets used. So there's a good way of saving the pennies, right guys? Tight lines, guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.